Short ribs are probably my favorite meat in the world. So I'm gonna make short ribs with collards. Now this is something I would normally make low and slow in a Dutch oven, but I'm gonna give it a multi-cooker twist and they'll be ready in no time. I'm gonna dredge the short ribs first. I made a very simple flour mixture with just a little flour, salt, and pepper. I'm dredging the short ribs because it helps them get nice and brown and crispy, but also the flour helps to thicken the sauce in the multi-cooker, so it has kind of a dual purpose. That is one big pile of short ribs right there. Now in the multi-cooker, I have it in saute mode, and I've been cooking some bacon pieces. I'm gonna add this bacon back in later. I'm gonna take out the insert very carefully because it is very hot. And I want to reserve some of this bacon grease for the collards, so I'm going to carefully pour it into a bowl. Now I've just got to brown the ribs in batches. It'll just take a few minutes. Look at those short ribs, nice and brown. Now I'm going to move on by adding some veggies to the multi-cooker. Diced onion, and some chopped up carrot. Also add some chopped up celery and some sliced garlic. Now I'm also going to add a heaping tablespoon of tomato paste, which gives the sauce a really rich, tangy flavor. Now the bottom of this insert is absolutely coated in flavor from the bacon, from browning the short ribs. And I'm going to loosen it up by pouring in some red wine. So I'm gonna add the short ribs back in. They're brown on the outside, but they'll take a little bit of pressure cooking to get nice and tender. All this bacon is definitely not gonna go to waste. And then the last thing, I've got some fresh herbs, 2 little sprigs of rosemary, a bay leaf, and a couple of sprigs of fresh thyme. I want to make sure it's all in there in the winey veggie sauce. All right, I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to put the vent on sealing, and I'll cook it on high pressure for 40 minutes. See you then. The 40 minutes is up, so now I'm going to let the steam release from the multi-cooker. So while it vents, I'm going to get started on the collard greens that I'm going to serve with the short ribs. I put some of that reserved bacon grease into the skillet, and I'm adding some sliced onion, and I've got 2 colors of bell pepper, red and yellow, and I just cut them into strips. And while those cook, I will get the collard greens ready. I'm just kind of roughly removing the stems from the collard greens. So I'm going to go ahead and cook the collards with the peppers. Okay, I'm going to season these with just salt and pepper, and then a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes, just to give everything a little bit of spice. And I'm going to get the short ribs out of the multi-cooker. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. The magic of a multi-cooker is you can pressure cook in it, and the heat gets so high that whatever sauce you're cooking things in just gets nice and deep and rich, as if you've been simmering it for hours. If you play your cards right, the meat will pretty much fall off the bone. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain the liquid. Now to add just a little bit of acid to the liquid, I'll just shake in a little bit of red wine vinegar. I cannot forget the sauce. I'll mostly go over the short ribs just to make sure they're beautiful and glossy and flavorful. This is what they serve in heaven. I'm gonna sprinkle on some parsley. This is a dinner that would normally take 3 or 4 hours, ready in no time.